Hi, I'm Kila.
And I'm Ashley.
And we met on TikTok when our stories collided.
After we discussed our crazy, people wanted to tell us they're crazy.
So join us as we unpack a whole lot of crazy.
And we named this podcast after the one thing we definitely have in common, raising our mamas.
So welcome to Raising Barbara Jean and Wanda.
Warning, following episode is intended for mature audiences only. It contains graphic descriptions, adult dialogue, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
We talk about dramatic shit.
Hey, my name is Brian Nell. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly be a pleasure to be a part of what they do. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Primis Mortgage is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Primis Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
We're back. It's been like over a month, I know. But then
It's your fault.
yes, my little boy's playing baseball, and then today I was like, wait, why can't my husband take him to practice on Tuesdays? Because it's not a game. So,
Yeah.
I texted him and said, so can you just do Tuesdays? And he was like, yeah, well, something. I said, I've already like completely accommodated for practice. Like I haven't been in my podcast in like 6 weeks. So really feel like you could do Tuesdays. And he was like, yeah, well, so he's going to do Tuesdays. So
Well, good.
I'm going to be
Well,
free.
we're-
Only thing is if he has to make up a game, but other than that, I should be good.
Shit.
And that's been going well. So what have you been doing?
Everything.
Everything.
Life is crazy. I don't even know what I've been doing, actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kate turned 22. Is that right? Yeah,
Sure.
Kate turned 22. Then Emily turned 32. And then Cole has a birthday. Willa turned 1.
I was going to say Willa's birthday was.
Yes.
Yes.
Her, little Queen Bee. She had a big birthday. It was fun. She's so
Oh.
cute. I made her a car.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
I send you that?
Yes, yes,
Is
yes.
it not the cutest?
Yeah, that is the cutest.
Yeah.
That really is
Custom
the cutest.
made by Nene.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's about it. And I pranked my husband. I haven't told y'all yet. Sue
No.
Dillon. I got him a prank call. Yes.
You
and
did
she's
tell
going to
me,
come on our
and
podcast.
You sent it to me.
Yes.
Dude, I'm a huge fan.
You know who she is? I never heard of her before.
So funny.
Oh my
She's
God,
so
you're
funny.
going to die. We'll play it. I'll send it to you. And
Oh, I gotta do it.
yeah, he was so mad. So mad.
Can you link it to our YouTube?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't believe Trent knows her. That's funny.
I
She
didn't know
is.
her name, but when you sent her to me, I was like, oh, yeah, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he likes that Roy D. Mercer. So
Yes.
I was like, oh, I'm going to Roy
Oh,
D.
yeah.
Mercer
You
his ass. But I figured he knew who she was. But
I
So
love
that's it.
Roy D.
I can't wait.
I just got. Yeah, it's good. You sent it to me.
yep.
Yep. That's
Yes.
hilarious.
Be honest.
Yeah, I messaged her.
She's.
Sarasota.
You, did you say she was local?
She lives in Lebanon.
No, she doesn't.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm not even on my.
Well, I'm not that cool, but I did reach out to the Grumpy's Bail Bonds lady and ask if she'd come home.
Did she say yeah?
She hasn't called me yet.
You know her?
Oh, she's Dr. Price's friend.
Well,
Oh.
I've met her only because she used to have an office in Hickman County, and I'm like, we need a sponsorship, and what better than bail bonding?
Yeah.
And like a trailer
Yeah.
place. So I'm gonna reach out to the trailer
Somebody
store.
told her to ask the jail for fun.
Yeah,
for
my
money
son.
to sponsor
I said,
us.
who else can I reach out to? He's like, rehabs. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure they're like non-profit, son. And he was like, jails. I was like, yeah, that's run by the counties. They're also not going to sponsor us.
I mean, it goes with our.
But I wonder if mobile, what's the mobile app that we all look at for the
They don't even put your picture on there anymore. We're done with them.
Mobile Patrol? Yes, we do. They still do ours.
You still do pictures? Mm-hmm. Oh, Dr. Price is really upset about our picture thing.
Yeah, it's got to do with your individual jail.
They said
whether
they
or
didn't
not
have
they do.
anybody to do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're big Mobile Patrol people too.
Wow. All right, so I'm excited about tonight's episode because we have the Taylors on, Joe and Julie.
Yay.
And Audria, but she's in the corner. She don't want to be on TV. Like we're on TV.
Yeah.
I should have drawn a picture of you right here.
Yes, and set it right between
This
y'all.
is Audria.
Yep. So Mr. Joe here is our buddy, and he got diagnosed with ALS, and we're gonna just talk to them about their story because it's been not fun.
No, and May is ALS.
I was going to say,
Awareness
it's
Month.
okay, yes.
The only fun thing about this has been that Joe and I are now official. We've been in the closet. He's now my official boyfriend. We've been hiding it for years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're coming out.
Yeah, sometimes when I help him in the wheelchair, my boobs get in his face. And
Well, I mean, you almost ran him into traffic earlier.
I was going to let him go to
Yes.
I wouldn't have really let him go out in the traffic, though. But, you know. So we just pick on him all the time now. I put stuff on his wheelchair.
So how do you know them?
Julie and I work together.
Okay.
Dr. Price's off
Yeah, at Price Eye
for
Care.
a minute.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't even know how long. Yeah.
Like 10, 12, I don't know. A long time.
Y'all work together.
We did
Okay.
work together. And so, and we're like the popular girls at the, at the office.
Okay. Or the mean girls.
Maybe sometimes I
If
can
Kila's
be.
in the group,
Yes.
yes.
Let's be
I
honest.
I got you.
Yeah.
I am not a mean
Yeah.
girl.
Yes.
I'm a tell it like it is
she,
girl.
She used to sit underneath my desk
I joke.
to scare me.
I do a lot of.
And she has
Prank
this
stuff.
long, had this long thing that we hid somewhere, and she would come around the corner and poke me, and she scared both of us.
Yeah,
There's
she's a
so
prankster.
easy.
video out there.
What did you do
oh my
with that?
gosh,
I've been
sorry.
looking for it. Because I have looked for that thing everywhere. And it was like a big long clear stick, so she's scared of
You're
spiders.
not-
I would like.
I don't even know.
Tickle.
Yeah.
I hope I think we threw it away when Jennifer
Y'all are
cleaned out the
horrible.
office. Thank
Yeah.
the Lord.
I do. I do stuff to him all the time. Audrey, we usually do a big prank on every Halloween. I do some kind of set up the lab and scare her.
And Kila can unfortunately usually get me to do anything, and I don't even know why I do it. It's like she hypnotizes me
Yep.
to do these. I did a cartwheel and fell on my
Yeah, she's very
buttocks.
persuasive.
Yes.
You did a cartwheel.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to have jokes with Julie. Oh my gosh.
We have a fun office most of the time. Yeah.
If you're in the back part of the office,
Yes.
that's where we are.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the fun.
Yeah, I
part.
can get anybody at work to do anything. Even Regina, like
She got that trait from her mama, which is why we have a
And it's just
podcast.
stupid shit. I'm like, hey, like put your hands here, and this is a stretch, and Regina's, and it's like Michael Jackson video dance song. Twerking. I think I got the doctor to get on the ground and acted like she was doing a cat call. a yoga pose when she was pregnant.
So Kila's going to be our manager and start going out and forcing people into
Yes.
I can,
sponsoring
I'm
us.
good. Yeah.
She is. We went to a restaurant one time and we were just sitting there, and I'm not going to put myself out there. Like, even this, I'm like, oh, what are we doing? But then I just do it anyways, probably because Hila forces me. But we're at a restaurant and she just walks up to this table and she's like, hey, do y'all listen to podcasts? And they were like, yeah. And she was like, well, listen to our podcast. And I was like, oh my God. Because I walked up there with her all confident and I was like, oh dear God. And they were just like, yeah, we're going to listen to it. Okay, cool. And she was like, well, write it down. Right. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's one way to get followers is just force people to do
Yeah,
it. Which we do in our shop. I own a beauty shop and we do the same thing. We're like, hey, get on TikTok. Go to our thing. Okay, push follow. Yes. And if you unfollow, we will know. But yeah.
We're going to mess your hair up.
Yeah. Yeah. They're too scared not to.
So Audrey and I were talking earlier though. When did you get diagnosed with ALS, Joe?
You want me to
Does
tell?
everybody know what ALS is?
I can't remember.
He got diagnosed June of last year.
Is that
it's-
Lou Gehrig's disease?
It's
Yes.
amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's a progressive neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord.
Yeah.
Whew. No wonder
It
it's
affects everything except your mind.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm sorry, because
It's fine.
the other way around, like if dementia or
Yeah.
Alzheimer's don't affect anything but the mind, and they don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
does. Every little thing.
Yes, and so y'all's life has been a little
Yeah.
altering the
Wait,
past few. How many?
It's almost been a year. Well, it was starting in March is when he got sent home from work.
Like,
And
if he kept
then-
falling.
what happened? Like what started it? Or
He kept falling at work, and he was an electrician, and he was falling down on the job sites where all the rebar and concrete and everything was, and he was missing it just barely, and they were getting really scared. Mm-hmm. So they sent him home, and then we just started the doctor thing. And if it hadn't been for knowing doctors, we wouldn't probably have even got diagnosed as of yet. Like, it takes a lot of people 6 to 10 months to get diagnosed with it.
How do they, is there a blood test or?
They do. You can take blood tests, but like you have to do, it's called an EMG. And they put little needles all in your muscles and measure if they're working or not.
Gotcha.
So we weren't even supposed to have a neurologist appointment until, I think, November. And just knowing doctors that knew doctors that just got us in.
Amazing.
Is the only reason we got diagnosed in June.
Because it's kind of a rule out.
Yes,
diagnosis.
there's not like one test that can say this
Yeah.
is what.
Or is there one test?
No, there's
It's
not.
just
'cause
they
you
kind
have
of
to
rule everything out.
Lyme disease, MS. I just forgot the word, but
All the roses.
all the roses.
Until they ptosis and roses.
There's another
until they
one
come
that
up.
kind of mimics it, and I can't think of it. But yeah. So, but they do the blood test, look for metals and all that kind of stuff. But
And what causes it?
I have no idea.
So it's
There's no
just-
cure, and they have no idea. Sometimes it's familial, hereditary, but for the most part, it's called sporadic. And
So there's not like a gene that you can test for,
no,
and so you.
you can test if you have it in the family, if it's
Okay.
like that, if it's hereditary.
Yes, but you don't know if you're gonna get it sporadically.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
his doctor was saying that most of her patients were military.
Ex-military.
Yeah, ex-military, and they have no idea why.
I was gonna say, so they don't know what links that. That's interesting.
No,
Yeah.
because ALS, it does really well if you're a citizen, but if you're a VA ALS patient, you have tons and tons of extra benefits.
Okay.
I think I've followed some people with ALS on TikTok, and I think a lot of them were VA patients.
Is there
Yeah, I hadn't
any
even thought about that.
experimental things that they're doing?
There are a lot of experimental things. There's 2 medications out right now that you can take, and Joe took both of them, but the first one affected his liver, and the second one he just didn't like it. But they only prolong your life like 2 to 3 months,
Right.
or 3 to 4 months.
Do they alter? Well, I mean, they're going to alter the way you feel. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So he took the one for a month and the other one for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've learned more in like our ALS face groups.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook ALS groups.
Yeah.
Then
The doctors can give you. Yeah,
they
yeah,
just like treat him like a statistic at this point.
yeah. You're just a patient. Yeah, and you don't until you're in the depths of that, you don't realize that you're not their main concern. I mean, you are, but they have
Yeah.
more, and you have to do your own research, and you have to do your own and figure out things on your own because they're not
Some people live 5 to 6 years. It starts in their pinky.
right.
And then some live less than 6 months.
Right.
It's just they don't know. So when you go to the clinics, which are great, by the way, they just kind of, check your status and
Yep.
and see in the next
log
3 to
it
4
and-
months.
Is it one of those clinics where you wait forever and then you get in, they do like a 10-minute exam, and you're like, why the hell
And,
did I
and
sit here all
honestly,
day
it's
for
almost
anything?
like for their own research, right?
Yes,
Because it's not
yes.
really, I mean, you don't really get anything out of it unless they've got like something new, but they're doing it to log the research, like this is what's happening or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is so strange that they don't tell you that. Like, I mean, I know they tell you like there's nothing we can do, but at the same time, I would be like, if we're going to this clinic, they're going to make me better, or
Yes,
whatever.
And we did. We were like, we can't wait to get into this
'Cause it
clinic.
took
this
forever to
clinic,
get
this
in
clinic.
there.
Yes, it took forever. And one of my friends had us do like a little bitty story on Channel 5. And that reporter called the head of the ALS clinic in Nashville, and she got us in a month sooner and we got there at 7:30 and didn't leave till 1:30 and saw like 4 people. And we were, Joe was exhausted and nothing
happened.
It was like, you're going to see this big loaner closet. You're going to go to the ALS clinic and see this doctor and this doctor. And no, it was really a big
Was there a
letdown.
loaner closet?
There is a loaner closet. However, it's in Murfreesboro
Oh.
What's a loaner closet?
where
Like wheelchairs.
Okay, equipment and
wheelchairs,
stuff.
Equipment and
lifts, stuff you can rent until you give it back.
Gotcha.
Is there like a Facebook, like Middle Tennessee or Rutherford County ALS page?
Honestly,
where,
I don't.
like other families and people
The
that have
ones
it?
I am in are all over the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've actually looked for a Middle Tennessee one. I know some of the people that have passed, and I have one friend right now that is over in War Trace that her husband has it too, but we're kind of in that same ALS Facebook group.
And is it like an age thing? Because we worked, where Audrey and I used to work, our friend of ours, their son had it, and he was in his 30s. 20s. Yeah, and so he was real young.
So there's no.
When I had to get hand splints, I was supposed to use over behind the hospital. That day I went in to get him. He said he just had a 9-year-old.
A 9-year-old, really?
All the people we met except this, no, the one that passed away last year, they've all been like 30s, late 20s, 30s.
Wow.
It's either like you're either that young or you're over 65.
Right.
It's like Joe being 50 something is kind of rare apparently
Right.
from what I can tell. So
And like as a child, did you ever have any numbness
That I
or
know of.
Yeah. teenage years? You didn't have any like numbness of limbs or anything, or
No.
it just comes on?
Or what about like looking back now, like something that bothered you before, and now you're like, that's probably what that was.
the only thing I can think back on and see is when we were helping Rhonda and Johnny build the venue. And Joe just seemed more fatigued than ever because he was always like, Rhonda's husband, Johnny, just go, go, go. And he just was kind of slower at wanting to do things. Like he wanted to help, but
His body wouldn't let him.
Me crazy, but I just think about it now and I'm like, and then I started noticing he couldn't cut his nails.
Yeah, because this man is a collector of things, and he's
Yes.
always on the go doing things. I mean,
Busy,
like, yeah.
busy Bama fan, obviously.
And you know what?
I'm from Alabama.
I'm a War Eagle fan.
Hey,
My husband went to
Lord.
Auburn.
Well, our nephew is Smokey, so
Gotcha. My husband went to Auburn, so we're a War Eagle. I wasn't going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. But
half of his family.
I mean, we
is
can dress him
Auburn,
up
too.
how we want to now.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
He's my Ken doll.
Yes.
That's what I like to call him.
I've got a hat in the car, Auburn hat.
I tell him all the time I'm gonna put lipstick on him and
fine.
dress him up like a girl.
I don't let her do that.
If I would have known, I would have brought more stuff. I've got
I got
pants.
one good leg left.
Yeah, because he's decked out in the shoes and everything. So yeah, I've got cowboy boots with Auburn on them.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We are too. I mean, our
cute,
stats, yeah. But, bless it. That's why I'm not real open about it. You know, it's kind of secret. Now, if we come back, I'm gonna be cocky as hell and be like, y'all don't know. Yeah, I'm one of those bandwagon fans. I'm only good if they're good. I'm not gonna be. I ain't wearing the stuff if they ain't no good.
Oh gosh.
She's like me. She only watches when we are forced to go.
Yes, and I'll watch it on TV if we're okay. But if we ain't good, I'm like,
I ain't even doing that.
I didn't even know we got a new coach like a year or two ago. Had no idea. And I was like, what's his name? His name, well, obviously I'm a good
Do you know
fan.
his name?
It was,
Do you think
was
of
it,
it?
I want to say Calzone, but it wasn't. It was his last, what was his last name?
Calzone.
Malzoni.
Okay. I always want to say Calzone, so that I knew.
That's good.
Then I was like, where's he at? And he's like, he ain't been our coach in like 2 years. I'm like, my bad. Yeah, I'm not a great
Oh
fan.
gosh, that's funny.
Good Lord.
But yeah.
And so now you have really we know you cut back at work because we all are stretching.
Yes, I've cut back a lot to be a caregiver, which is a lot.
And listen, and we love Julie at work. She is our backbone at work. She is our go-to. Like if we're upset, we go to Julie
Yeah.
about everything. And so now when she comes in, it's like people at our office get dumb. Like they can't do anything without Julie. Like,
But somehow
They
they
just
make
have
it
to have
without
a
you.
pre-
But
yeah,
then,
yeah. But at the second I'm in the office, what?
yeah.
and I don't understand it because when I need her, I just FaceTime her.
I know.
She don't care.
She does not.
No, she.
And
Like 5 or 6 times a day, I'm like, "Hey, Julie, hey, Joe."
I tell him, I'm like,
She's like, I'm
"Just
giving him
call
a bath.
me."
She's like, I don't care. I got a question. Anyways.
I mean, I'm kind of sitting there, but I'm kind of not. So if I can't, if I'm doing something with him, I won't get it. But if I'm not,
Yeah.
I'll,
She'll call back.
Yeah.
I always text her.
Well, you're more polite, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you talk?
Yeah. Yes.
I just FaceTime her.
Yeah.
And she answer.
I do. I love her.
And
love her.
Keela's always like, you never answer my phone. I'm like, I don't want to.
She never
I
answers
love
the
you. I just don't
phone.
want to.
It can be important. She's
Yeah.
like, and she don't
I'm
answer
like,
the phone.
text me 911 and I'll call you back.
Lisa.
I do it to everybody, though. Everybody.
Yeah.
My dad,
Oh,
I
Lisa.
know.
I miss
Yeah.
that
Leave a
old herd.
message if it's important.
she'll text me, bitch, answer the phone. I'm like, okay. But I'm like, you only got 7 minutes because I'm listening to a book and I ain't got time. But I do that to everybody. Even my husband sometimes. I'm like, can't you
Why we
text
gotta
it?
talk?
Yeah.
So, what does your typical day look like now?
Getting Joe up because I have to get up when he wakes
And listen,
up.
and you ain't got to be nice and polite here because
Is he's like early person and you're not?
Yeah, well, especially after all night long, and I've had to turn him over and adjust him and itch something and put a cover over his leg and
Yes.
So by the time the morning comes, I am ready. Let's just say he's holding this time. I'm ready to try to at least lay in the bed. And ALS for whatever reason, I think it's a little bit of his nerves, but it's made him itch.
Yeah, that's a nerve. Yeah, because when people they lose a limb, they want to
Yes.
scratch it, even though it's like the phantom.
And obviously he cannot do that.
Right.
Which, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. But
Can't even,
if anything
my
touches
hand.
the back of his head, he's got the hat on, which is okay. But if he didn't, that thing would itch, and so he'd be like Stevie Wonder.
Oh, bless your heart.
And he does that in the morning, and I'll be like, please, he's like, just get me up out of bed, and then you can go back to bed. So I'm known to do that.
and then if she doesn't get him up, he may
oh yeah, then
get Alexa to play him jokes.
I've got a 5-minute video of him back and forth. Siri, tell me a joke. Alexa, tell me a joke. Back and forth. And then, do you want to tell your joke?
no, I don't.
Why not?
He's never shy. I don't know. It just makes me laugh.
I am too.
Don't you want to tell your joke?
No.
His joke is, where do sick boats go?
Where does sick boats go? Where?
To the dock.
Well, I'll be damned.
See,
That was good.
he has been telling him
I
that's the
got
one
that
joke he
from
remembered.
Alexa or Siri one.
Yeah. So, but then we get up and put him in his chair and adjust. He wears a condom catheter, so that has to get adjusted. And
Look at it. He's like,
I
"Why are
know
you
I'm
telling him
sorry,
that?"
but
I don't know why she looked at me when she
it
said
is
it.
what it is.
I'm like, I said we were kids.
I mean, if you're going to be his girlfriend, you're going to have to do
You're gonna,
something.
yeah, you're gonna need to know these
I
things.
need you to step up a little.
So if he sits up, is the itching better?
It depends. He starts itching a lot in his legs, in his face. So when he has another little scooter because we've got his wheelchair on order right now, and in his little scooter he can lean over just enough to get his
Yes.
hands up to itch
Okay,
his
okay.
face. But I have all kinds of lotions and creams and everything.
And this is not. But if I walk I'm gonna go walk for 3 months, my legs will itch to the point, and I googled it because I was like, what the heck? Why does that? Because I could claw them to death, and it said that it was my nerves. Probably my body's going into shock because it's like, oh, she's exercising. And so, but it does. And yesterday we were at Universal, and I had walked off for 3 days.
You were there yesterday?
Yeah, I came home at like 10:30 last night.
Oh, my.
And
Jeez.
my legs were itching so bad. I'm like, why now? Normally it's like the first couple of days, but they were itching really bad yesterday. Like I could claw, but if you ever scratch them once, it's over.
Yeah.
It's like it's best to just let it go and it'll go away. But that
he's
makes
a
sense
little
now. That
turn and adjust in the chair, and I've got some bigger pillows to help him.
does anybody on the Facebook group say that there's like anything that they found that will?
Yeah, and I've got some of that stuff.
Gotcha.
It's like strong hydrocortisone and then another lotion called Sarna.
No nerve pills help.
We just got some of those.
Yeah.
Lyrica.
Yeah.
We just started some of those, and the other night I gave him 2, and he slept till 11 o'clock.
Well, I was going to say, and I didn't mean this ugly, but when you said he gets up early, I was like, don't he take nighttime medicine? Just double him up.
He was taking what we call purple sleepy, Ziquil.
Yeah.
But his body gets used to things.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was kind of wearing off. But that we're going to try another one Lyrica tonight. The other night, she told me to do 2, and he was like, he didn't even move. I was like, it's time.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I kept waking up all night long. He did not even move.
We've played around with some all natural things.
Yes, we've had some all natural things.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It just seems to calm him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, my mom went to jail for Lyrica.
Really?
Yes, she
I
had
thought
2.
Lyrica was an erectile dysfunction.
No, she went to jail
Is
for
that what it
2.
is?
She had 2.
ED medicine.
And
Are you kidding?
And they didn't arrest because it wasn't hers. They didn't arrest her.
She didn't
then.
have the bottle with her name on it.
No, she got them from a friend, obviously, or dealer or whatever the hell you get them from. They pulled her over and her, my brother, and she had 2 Lyrica, and she was like, "Oh, they're not a controlled substance." Yes, the hell they are. Do you know what her bond was? $10,000. I had to pay $1,000 to get her out for 2 Lyrica.
Lower?
2 Lyrica. And then later on, I asked the bondsman, I said, people get out with meth for cheaper than that.
Listen,
and he goes,
those away.
right, because I've got some customers for you, but
Hey, I need my rent paid.
yeah,
baby.
exactly. But he goes, I wonder if the magistrate meant 1,000 and accidentally put 10. I'm like, oh, but what I was going to tell you is they didn't arrest her right there. They got another call and they let them go. So they were like, okay, cool, no big deal. They called her when I was moving into my house and was like, hey, we have a warrant for you. And I'm like, I had to take her and she had to go sign herself in and I had to sit in the cold ass. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, for 2 Lyrica.
Wow.
Yeah. And so apparently it is a controlled substance. I don't know. I thought it was just, which mom would take anything if they give it to her. She'd take ibuprofen. You'd have to hide that from her. But yeah, she went to jail and got I guess it was a felony.
Lower?
Over 2 Lyrica. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
So hopefully they help him
Make
because
sure if
what
we
is
go
it?
somewhere,
I
I
thought-
take it in the
the bottle.
medicine bottle.
I was going to say, isn't it like a gabapentin? Is
Yeah,
it like a stronger gabapentin?
It's called a gabapentinoid. It's like derived from gabapentin somehow, but with less side effects.
yeah, I was gonna say I think mom thought it was like better than, but I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, she did go to jail for.
But
2
I
Lyrica.
feel like it helped him. He didn't really start itching yesterday till in the afternoon.
Like it was wearing off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Maybe that'll
So-
help.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start selling them.
No. Now you're going to talk. No, we're not. No,
I
we're
done said something. He's like, no. Look, the people that listen to this podcast they're all like, I mean,
like,
hell.
where
Don't
Yeah.
be sending direct messaging us.
Exactly. This is
hook
where
us
our
up with
followers are
that
going to
Joe
actually link up with us. This is what we needed for them to
And
actually contact us.
this is when Trent starts cringing.
Bless his heart as things spread the positive. We're like, spread the Lyrica.
And the fluoxetine.
Exactly. I would have bought some off the streets the other day if I could have got some. Oh, I was taking these all natural things and I told Hagen, I was like, oh my gosh, y'all have. Anyways, did I tell that on the podcast or I told y'all that before? Before. We went to Universal. Okay, so I've been on 2 vacations since I saw y'all.
I know.
And I'm not rich, so I'm not. But I've been jet setting like I am. I went to Maine and Massachusetts for my anniversary because I've always wanted to go there. And I read a lot of books that are based there, so it's like romanticized to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to go to like
cool.
Cape Cod and all that. So my husband took me there for our anniversary because
They always go to Universal.
we always go to Universal because he's obsessed with Universal. But then Universal opened a new park, and it's called Epic Universe, and they've been working on it since 2020. So, all of the people that are obsessed have been, well, because we're pass holders, we got like a sneak preview, like a soft opening. It was only this weekend, and so
Was it busy?
It can hold up to 60,000, but they only had, I want to say, 11,000
Oh,
there.
nice.
So I liked
nice.
it. They were a little disappointed, but anyways, my husband. So it's actually my husband and my baby daddy. So my oldest son's daddy, which is my ex, and his wife, they're obsessed with it too. So we have a group, and it's called Universal Junkies and Ashley, because I'm a passenger princess. I don't have a clue what's going on. I don't know what time anything is. They just tell me to go, and I always forget stuff. Anyways, but. So they just decided this like last month to do like a long weekend. We've never done that, which I tell my husband all the time. He gets like, you can tell when he's like starting to fiend. I'm like, just go for a weekend. I tell him to go with my ex, because I'm like, you two could go together. But he's like, I want you to go. And I'm like, I don't know why. It costs you so much money, but whatever. Anyway, so we went for 3 days this past weekend, and we come home. But I left my Prozac at home, and I didn't take it the night before. And I got down there, and I was like, oh.
With your ex.
And his wife, which she said, I have medicine if you need, not that kind of medicine, but other medicine. And I was like, girl, I might be.
We're going to get canceled after this
I
podcast.
know, probably. But anyways, I didn't have to take anything, but I was taking those little vitamins that I think I told you all about before. It's called Joy Field. Anyways, I get them from the Happy Healthy Hippie, and they work, but they ain't fluoxetine. So anyways, I get it. I almost put on the Facebook group, like, has anybody got any fluoxetine I could borrow?
And
or just posted it
you would
in
have been kicked out of Universal.
I know, I Heart Orlando or something. Like, somebody meet me in an alley. Just need 2 Prozac. That's it.
See, I would have posted that.
Well, almost did. My husband is he's such a rule follower. He would never. We got caught smoking a cigarette in a non-smoking zone, and I thought he was going to piss his pants. I really did. And I was just like, what the hell ever. We've always smoked here. I mean, when we went to Maine and Massachusetts, the first hotel that we the first one we stayed in had a sign that said no smoking. We had balconies, no smoking, $250 fine. I'm going to take my chances, because they ain't going to find you the first time. They just not, you know what I mean? And I'm going to play dumb as hell, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
You can kind of hide you smoke.
Exactly. I sit on the floor is what I do, up against the wall, and I just blow my smoke over here. And it's at nighttime. And it's not like, it's Maine and Massachusetts. It's not like there's people out. And this is the off season. Nobody's even there. We're the only people that's there. And then the second place we went, there was no sign saying no smoking. So I know he lied. But anyways, I went outside to smoke, and he was like, you can't smoke out there. And I was like, he said, that guy told me, well, I don't know if y'all have ever been, but the wind blows. I mean, you can't smoke. It's catching the hair on fire. I done fell down. So I said, I'm smoking out there. There's no sign. And I even read the paperwork. It did not say anything on it about smoking. He's like, yeah, but I know what it is. I signed a piece of paper saying we wouldn't smoke. I said, I didn't sign the damn thing. So I'm smoking. So I smoked out there. I was like, nobody's even here. The dolphins. Yes, he would go outside into the wind barrel and smoke it. I'm like, you can't even light the cigarette. So anyways, by the end, I said, Hagen, the office closes at 4. They literally leave at 4. There's nobody here. There's one other guest. They're at the. I was like, I'm taking my chances. So I smoked my cigarettes galore, but he is not going to smoke no cigarettes. He's such a rule follower, but I'm, and I usually am, but like, I really feel like they have to tell you that in case you burn the building down. They're like, I told you not to do that. You know what I mean? It's like insurance purposes. I feel
Joe, so how was not, because Joe was a smoker.
Used to be.
Used
to be, yes.
Used to be.
I'm proud of you.
Uh-huh.
But would you have quit?
Thank you for staying around for all of our crazy.
Be sure to like, follow, and share with everyone you know.
Even them whores you don't like.
And leave us a 5-star review.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, bitches.